So hi there, hello everyone. I hope you guys are doing extremely well. I am Varun, basically studying at RV College of Engineering in my third year in the Department of Computer Science. So this tutorial cum presentation is basically involving the whole IBM Cloud tutorial, which is a cloud-based service provider for different businesses. So we are gonna basically cover few of IBM's services which they offer, and we're gonna see how we are gonna do them. So through a tutorial. So this is basically my introduction. I'm Varun, as I told you, and I'm gonna basically focus on storage and AIML components which are involved in the IBM Cloud. So IBM Cloud was basically called Bluemix, and in the year of 2016 it was named to IBM Cloud. So it's a set of cloud computing services for businesses offered by the tech giant IBM. So IBM Cloud, they offer basically platform as service and information as service as the main US selling points. And the key areas they are into blockchain, quantum computing, and storage databases, and AIML and analytics. So this they are basically used to create secure, scalable, and flexible business solutions for all the other businesses. So coming to the core services, as any other cloud competitor in this cloud providing services, they have compute servers where we may have virtual servers and bare metal servers. Virtual servers basically, now I'll just go to the, yeah, this is the catalog for the IBM Cloud website, and here I'll just show you what these are. Virtual private cloud. If I want to tell about virtual private cloud, it's an IBM cloud provider which combines the security of private cloud with the scalability of a public cloud, as any other virtual private cloud would do. And here the bare metal servers come into picture where the computational capacity is very high, and these things are look forward to in the bare metal servers. And in the IBM databases which they provide, IBM DB2 is basically a SQL database for all the other companies to use, and Cloudant is a object type database which stores JSON objects, and Compose is one more other non SQL database which is given by IBM for use. So in the security, we have something called identity and access management. Identity and access management service is something which a company may use for internal access by other internal users and external users accordingly. These kind of services are looked into and provided by the IAM. And IBM App ID is basically application ID is basically used for authentication of different applications. It can authenticate using Gmail and other credentials. So to provide integrate server service and its security and integrity to the services. And IBM also provides AML components which include IBM Watson. IBM Watson, under which it has many other Watson Studio and Watson Assistant. Watson Studio is basically where you can build machine learning networks and models using notebooks and stuff. There's an environment provided for that, and Watson Assistant is used to deploy these built models for actual access for other users. So that is the gist of what IBM is providing. So here are the databases for IBM Cloud. As I told you, IBM Cloudant and DB2 are the main databases which are provided by the IBM Cloud service providers. So and in this tutorial I'm gonna show what is IBM Cloud, how do you create an instance using IBM Cloud, and how we are going to access IBM Cloud through APIs. So this is basically a small features of IBM Cloud, which are, as any other cloud service, it provides scalability and high availability and flexibility. It can handle high traffic and large amounts of data. And so in real life, as of now, these are the use cases of IBM databases where Car2Go is a car sharing company which uses IBM Cloudant for its backend operations to store locations and bookings and other stuff. And Pearson Education, you may have heard of. Pearson Education uses IBM Cloud for its digital education platform, where it is used to store student records, course materials, and other analytics, and so on. So weather company, if you don't know, a weather company is an IBM business itself, and it uses IBM Cloud to manage vast amount of weather data from different places and devices. So moving on to this is IBM Watson. IBM Watson is basically, as I told you, it is suitable for enterprise-ready AI services and applications, which include machine learning and natural language processing and data analytics. So all these things are provided to the developers in a bunch of different features like assistant is basically, we're gonna see what is assistant, where we can streamline and build chatbots for easy walk through different services. And moving on, so these are the use cases of IBM Watson. Watson Assistant, which comes under IBM Watson, is used by the Royal Bank of Scotland for customer queries and their quick responses. So, and one more is Mayo Clinic. Mayo Clinic uses IBM Watson for clinical trial matching and enabling doctors to find relevant trials for patients. And there's one more, no, clothing branding, North Face clothing company, which sells online clothing. It uses Watson to guide customers through the product selection process through their websites. So, and this is IBM text to speech, which we are gonna see, which we can access through through different APIs. So IBM text to speech is basically used when in different educational processes and content creations as well. This is the catalog and the website of the IBM Cloud and Cloud. So I'll just walk through the website and what it is. So if I go to the catalog is basically where we can see the services. And here, as we went through the PPT, we saw that there are many services which IBM Cloud provides. So under compute, we talked about VPC, Virtual Private Cloud, and we talked about bare metal for VPC. And so these two were the things we spoke about, and these two are sets of computation services which are provided by the IBM Cloud. And when I go back to the catalog, you can see, just a sec. There are containers and storage and AML and databases. In databases, as I told you, there is something of Cloudant. There's something for SQL, as I told you, and databases for MongoDB and PostgreSQL. So these are the things which IBM provides. And here is DB2, which we spoke about. And here in storage, if I show you, there are object storage and file storage, which are the different types of file storage systems in any any cloud provider provides. There's block storage as well, and all these are basically paid services. So if we can see here, there are if, for an extent, the things are given for free, but after one point they're charged. So this is the storage volume for 20 GB to 12 terabytes, which it provides. And here I showed you block storage, and here I'll be showing some object storage as well. So here, as you can see, there are estimated costs for it, and there are plans, and according to the plans, which the pricing is stated. So here you can see that the free tier is up to 5 GB for the storage for a period of 12 months, above which it can be charged, and these are the pricings as shown. So now we are going to delve into Cloudant. So Cloudant in the catalog, if I go here, so in the right hand side I'll be able to create an instance, but as of now with the free trial I can only create one instance which I've already created. So this is the Cloudant A6, which is the instance which is created, and we can see the capacity here. Because it's a free trial, I can only have 20 reads per second, and I can write only 10 writes per second, and you can only query 5 queries per second, and it's free of cost. But the capacity, as we increase it, the we can increase the prices, keeps on increasing. So here, this is the dashboard for dashboard of the Cloudant. Okay, so here I've already created two databases, but if here I can create a new database, DB3. So as you can see, DB3 is being created, and in the we can access the Cloudant through APIs which are provided here, API endpoints which are provided here. And when I see this is an API key for reading, and through the at the endpoint, if I access the API key for reading, and this is Postman. Postman is used to test APIs. So this is a bearer token which we generate from the IAM endpoint, and this is the API which is used to access the contents of the Cloudant. And you can see here, this is the endpoint, this is the API endpoint, and database one is the endpoint which is the database which I created before. And when I give all docs, it will give out the all the documents which are present here. And in the authentication, the token here will be the bearer token which I generated. And when I send a GET request to the API, see, there are three documents which are present. And when we see the dashboard over here, there are three documents, and all these documents are displayed through the API. So this is how you access the documents from a particular database. And when I want to write it, when I want to write anything to the database, here this was read the the API key was to read. When I copy this API key, this is to write to the database endpoint, and I'm giving a post request, and this is what I want it in the want to be written into the database RVC 2025. Okay, so I want to post this into the database. So this is the thing which is being retrieved, and when we go into the database to check if it's present, see, okay, this is what we added, and this has been added into the database one. database DB1. So this part is done. So I showed you how we can get it, get all the documents from the DB1 using a get API call, and here using post I showed you how you can post data into the cloud. And next I will be going into the text to speech. Text to speech comes under AML Watson text to speech. So in the catalog, text to speech. So this is the text to speech, and as I told you, it is again I have to have only one existing instance, and I've created it. So when I view the existing instance, okay, so this offers an API endpoint. This is the API endpoint, and this is the credential which I have to copy and I have to access it. So here at this endpoint, if I copy this, and when you see this, it is the exact same endpoint which I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna give a post request to the API endpoint as shown above, and when I'm gonna copy this API key, and with this API key I'm gonna generate a bearer token. Bearer token is used to access all the services through the APIs. I copy this bearer token now, and now I'll be in the authentication. This is the token which is a bearer token, and I'm gonna paste this bearer token which is generated now, and this is the body. Okay, so this is the format of the body which has to be sent. So text is basically it's the text which I want to transcribe into voice using this API, and there are a lot of other voices which we can choose from. Voices, but now I've chosen something called Allison V3 voice, and it will be the audio which will be outputted is a wave file. When I see the dashboard over here, okay, so about text to speech here, you can have different languages, and there'll be a lot of customizations which we can go for. And the audio support is also we have used wave as if you want other formats you can use the other formats available. So now I have chosen the wave file, and by default the language is English, so I didn't have to specify the language over there in the API. Okay, so as I told you, this is the body and this is the endpoint, and I click on and give a post request to the API. So this is the wave file which is generated, and this is hello, how can I help you today is what I expect.
Hello, how can I help you today?
As you heard it, this is Allison's voice. Allison is a person who's speaking, she's a girl who's speaking, and that's the voice. And hello, how can I help you is what the text I've given. So hello from Varun from Bangalore. If I change this,
Hello from Varun from Bangalore.
as you can see, when I change the text, the corresponding wave file is generated, and this API can be used in any application required to generate speech out of a text which is given, and this API endpoint should be used for that. Okay, now let's go into we saw text to speech. Now I'll show you something which is called Watson Assistant. If Watson Assistant, WatsonX Assistant. So WatsonX Assistant is a chatbot providing option provided by Watson, where you can create a flow of actions use for a chatbot to help any customer, to help any user through any process. And you can customize this option, this chatbot, as you want, or you can use the preset templates there and you can alter them as well. So here also there's a existing instance. I'm going into the existing instance after just creating. Now I'm gonna launch the WatsonX assistant over here. Okay, so this is the WatsonX assistant chatbot, and I've given it a name, GAT bot. And here I have mentioned few actions. We can mention, I've created all these actions and I can create a new action as well. When I click on new action, see, you have two options where you can start from scratch or you can quick start with templates which are available. When I go with quick start with templates which are available, I can go for something called a book a meeting. When I click on select this template, when I select this, and I'm adding it. Okay, so see here, the book a meeting is already created over here. I'll show you one of other thing which I've done. So make a payment, which I also created, and this is what I created before. So here I can this is the preview of what it is. So in visualization, okay, so this is the view with, this is the endpoint which I've created. So, and okay, so I showed you the how the flow can be generated and can be created. This is the editor where here this is the first step, and I have given two options. I can edit and validate it, and I can change the options as I want. And the step two here as well, I can do what I want, and the five steps have been created, and I can visualize this using the visualize option. And if I want to see the preview, so this is the preview of the chatbot I just created. So if I input hello, so my name is Varun. So if I give it Varun, so make a payment is a action which I've defined. So it deviates to that action. And here there are two options which I set. Here, as I told you, there are two options: savings account, checking account. If I go with savings account, if I give 100 or 1000, and I've set the default as dollars, so see that $1000 which has to be created. And if I tell confirm with an S, and this is the end, and action is complete. So this is a small preview of the Watson assistant, and this comes I we come to the end of the we come to the end of the tutorial, and I hope you guys learn something about IBM Cloud and few of its functionalities, like which I showed you the Cloudant, and I showed the Git and post requests which I can do to the Cloudant, and text to speech API usage, which where I could input text and give out, and it would give out the speech for that, and Google in it, and we went through WatsonX assistant, where we can customize a workflow and we can build a chatbot from scratch without having great coding skills. So these are few functionality which I want to talk about. So and hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.